ISD meeting is November 14th at 5:30 p.m. We will have the invocation by Trustee Kenneth Lofton, the Pledge of Allegiance, and roll call by Mrs. Davis.
Let's bow our heads. Thank you, O gracious God, for guiding us here today. As we continue to do our well-doings for the school district and for the benefit of our kids, our staff, and our families. Continue to guide us, Lord, as we make the right decisions for our kids. Watch over us as this cold weather comes in Port Arthur. Continue to keep us warm and protect our kids as they go to and from school and when they're on the highways, Lord. Bless us, Lord, as we continue to strive to be the best district in the state of Texas. Keep watching over us as we continue to do the best in this district. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, y'all take your time. Come up, down. You long enough. To the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to the Union of Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Mrs. Davis.
President Barty,
Present.
Vice President Frank,
Here.
Secretary Reed,
Here.
Trustee Ambrose,
Present.
Trustee Brown,
Here.
Trustee Johnson,
Here.
Trustee Lofton.
Here.
Let the record reflect that we do have a quorum today to conduct today's business. Mission statement. Our mission as the primary source of the public education in the community is to meet the unique educational needs of our diverse population by providing a comprehensive quality education for the students of the Port Arthur Independent School District. Closed meeting. Under the authority of the Texas Government Code Section 551.071 and 551.074, the board will meet in closed meeting to consult with the attorney regarding pending or contemplated litigations, including settlement offers and other legal matters in which the duty of the attorney to the governmental body under the Texas Disciplinary Rule of Professional Conduct of the Texas State Bar of Texas are clearly covered by attorney-client privilege. Consider personnel recommendation, Texas Government Code 551.074 as follows. Consider and, if appropriate, approve employment of teachers. You are dismissed. Yes, ma'am.
This is my first time. Good evening, how are you?
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Bobby, we have 3 minutes.
Oh, you know I'm preaching? Okay.
But
So that's 2?
You have 3 minutes, and Secretary Reed will inform you with 1 minute without you go.
Okay. Okay, good evening. I'm Pastor Wanda Barton. I'm Church of the Overflow Ministries here in Port Arthur, Texas, but I'm also a lifelong citizen of the Port Arthur Independent School District. I do have grandkids that attend this district, but my concern is about the summer months. We just returned from the Grand Cayman Islands, which is a sister city of Port Arthur, Texas. We brought a total of 20 kids over to play high school basketball there this summer. It was a big event. We played in a $7.9 million facility. The kids were elated. I posted things around Port Arthur, Texas, trying to get people involved to send their kids over there. I did get some kids from Neyland, Texas to participate, but my whole concern is what our kids do during the summer. We talk a lot about our youth, and that's all we do. We just talk about it. I have implemented programs since 2016. I've been giving tournaments for bringing back the glory, and we filled the Lincoln High School gym, and if you're any person that has been born in Port Arthur, Texas, you know we bleed purple and gold. So it was really nostalgic for the kids to play in that gym, and from there we continue to give tournaments. I did a tournament the following summer called Hit the Floor around the Juneteenth holiday. This kept the kids off the street. We did a midnight madness because I'm concerned for the kids between 13 and 19 years old. We don't have any programs set in place that they're interested in. We don't have anything besides a theater that's kind of beat down, and we have a bowling alley. We suffered from Harvey, and a lot of our gyms were flooded. So this is what Cayman Islands provided for us. They said if you can get 10 girls and 10 boys to play basketball, we'll pay for room and board, we'll pay for their meals. These people paid over $10,000 just in rooms alone. They fed our kids 3 times a day, with a total of about $6,000. We got there and we swept the tournament. These people are coming down June the 25th through the 27th. What I'm asking for you to do is to invest back into our kids. The kids that didn't get to travel, we have kids here in the summer that cannot afford to play on AAU basketball teams or can travel for boxing because they'll be bringing boxers also. I'm asking that the Port Arthur Independent School District would invest in our kids what the Cayman Islands invested in our kids. What am I asking for? Is for the Memorial High School Gymnasium for 3 days, June the 25th through the 27th, that y'all will invest that money into our kids, whatever the cost is, and put that back into it. I think that we value, and when we value something, we pay for it. Cayman Islands value the talent that we brought over to the Cayman Islands. I talked.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. Very good, too.
Thank you, Ms. Biden.
Thank you.
At this time, we have Mr. Greg Richards.
Hey, how y'all doing? Okay, today my topic is going to be Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay? I've been looking at y'all's social studies curriculum for quite some time. I don't know who y'all paying to be the social studies director in the district, but them books are way out of line. Y'all teaching these kids the incorrect history. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you look in those books, there's no information about the Spanish Inquisition. Y'all teaching these kids they're African Americans, and there's no such thing as African American. You will not find African American nowhere in that Bible. You understand what I'm saying? That's two Edomites' name, Scipio Africanus and American Vespucci. So how you gonna call yourself an African American? These kids are Hebrew Israelites, and you guys are cursing them by teaching them people who they really not. You tell them who they really are. Let me explain something to you. 1492 is a very important day in history. Not because of Columbus, a lot of things were going on besides Columbus in that time frame. You had the Spanish and Portuguese Inquisition going on during that time frame, okay? They were persecuting Hebrew Israelites, trying to make them into Catholic Christians, okay? Killing them, shipping them to the slave coast of Africa. You know, how do you think they knew those Africans were to come get them 150 years later? They put them there back in 1492 through 1510. They were shipping the parents and leaving the kids in Portugal and Spain. But now that stuff is covered in y'all history books. And I'm trying to figure out why y'all not going to TA and saying, hey, we need to teach our kids the correct history. Otherwise, you cursing them. Like I said, again, that date, 1492, is very important. You had a lot of things going on during that time frame. All right, Cesare Borgia, that's white Jesus for all y'all who don't know. That's where you got the white Jesus. His name was Cesare Borgia. He was Pope Alexander's illegitimate son. You know, the printing press, letter J, all that was created within that same 50-year time frame. And if you put 2 and 2 together, they used all that to brainwash the Hebrew Israelites and thinking they were heathens and flipping the whole Bible around. That preacher that should be able to tell you all, he know. All you gotta do is open up Deuteronomy 28. You find out all the curses. The curses point to one specific people on this planet Earth, and that's us. But you don't teach these kids that. So what I'm telling you tonight is, you need to go back and take a look at your curriculum and teach these kids who they are. Otherwise, like I said, you're cursing them by teaching them they black and African American. You can't find a country of black nowhere on the map. Show me where black is. You call yourself black. There's no such thing as black. That was created by the British colonials in 1681 prior to, after they had Bacon's Rebellion. I don't know if you guys know what Bacon's Rebellion is. If you don't, that's your homework for tonight. Go back and look it up. It'll make sense to you. But all I'm telling you is that history book is all jacked up. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Now we have a staff report by Dr. Porter.
Thank you, President Barty. It has been a very good week, a good month, and we're moving along. We do want to recognize the shooting in California today that happened. 2 teenagers were killed. The shooter is in grave condition, and there's been a lot of violence throughout our community recently and across the United States. So as we move forward, we're going to have to do something which I've shared with you, some things that we're going to do in order to try to help our students, our parents, and our community as we move forward. In the meantime, though, I think Dr. Ed Wood has come up with something. He had a grant out and talked about that, and some things that we're going to do to help with trying to make sure that we control things that enter into our schools and our stadium.
Good evening, President Barty, Superintendent Porter Reed, and members of the Board of Trustees. Dr. Porter has referenced the grant that we have received from the Texas Education Agency in the amount of $134,000. And what we plan to do with the grant is add metal detectors to our campuses, our stadium, and do a lot of other things from a safety and security standpoint. Another thing that we can do where we have electrical equipment or we have gas lines, we can put fences around those, or we can put a fence around those kinds of things. So it's going to work to our benefit as we move to beef up safety and security in the district. And it's not going to cost us anything. At one point, we were in the business of trying to secure some of the items that we're going to procure through this grant through local funds. We will not have to use local funds to do this. And when you think about the metal detectors, that is something that's happening at almost every stadium in Texas and across the United States. When you go into a stadium, you have to go through a metal detector. And so we are going to do that. We're going to be proactive rather than reactive. And we think the $134,000 will be a bond for the PAISD.
Trustees, any questions?
That concludes our report.
Thank you. Minutes. Consider and if appropriate approve the minutes of the October 24, 2019 board meeting. Can I get a motion? We have a motion on the floor by Trustee Ambrose and a second by Vice President Frank. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is approved. Consent agenda. Consent agenda. The following items, which are of a routine or recurring nature, has been designated consent agenda items by the board president per policy BE local. All of the items in the consent agenda will be acted upon by one vote without being discussed separately unless requested by a trustee, in which event the item or items will be withdrawn immediately for individual consideration in its normal sequence after the items not requiring separate discussion has been acted upon. Trustees, I'll give you a minute to look at the consent agenda items. I'd like to call a motion for consent agenda items 1 through 9. We have a motion on the floor by Trustee Ambrose, a second by Trustee Brown. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Personnel.
President Barty, I have given you the list of teachers for consideration.
President Barkley, I make the motion that we approve the appointment of teachers as per listed.
Second. I have a motion on the floor by Trustee Johnson and second by Vice President Frank for consideration of approving the employment of teachers. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Information, Dr. Porter.
Average daily enrollment, 8,317. Average daily attendance, 94.3%.
Thank you, Dr. Porter. I'll just call for adjournment of the meeting.
Motion.
Have a motion by Secretary Reed and second by Trustee Brown. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you and have a good night.
Trustees, once